Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the DeeTimeLove show. And today I've got a very interesting video for you guys. I've got a brand new release from Spinnaker Watches, the Croft 3912, that's going to be available for purchase from the 20th of August. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with Spinnaker, the brand, they are not what you would call necessarily a micro brand. They are actually part of the UK watch manufacturer, the Dartmouth Watch Group, that own AV8 watches, Ballas, RGMT, just to name a few. And the Spinnaker watch brand itself within that group comes under the genre of dive watches, specialists, sea leisure watches. So anything from your yacht to your dive watch. They produce both modern dive watches and vintage inspired dive watches, and the Spinnaker Croft 3912 is no normal Spinnaker Croft. It is a limited edition. There's only 150 pieces of this being made and only 75 pieces per colorway. So let's have a look at the press release before we indulge in more detail in regards to this piece. But before we do that, before we have a look at the press release, let's have a look at what I'm sporting today. And I'm wearing the Spinnaker Spence, the green dial, very cool watch indeed. If this watch is of interest to you, check out the link in the description. And for those of you that have been following the channel will know that I have been an affiliate with Spinnaker Watches just under 6 years, guys. So I've seen the brand develop and grow, and how they've evolved over the years has been spectacular. But they are part of the Dartmouth Watch Group, so they do have a lot of watch expertise and access to a variety of different movements within the group. But guys, let's check out the press release. Now, there we have it. This is the Croft 3912 limited edition, and it's in collaboration with the famed Korean watch journalist, enthusiast, and expert. Unfortunately, I don't know this guy's name. It's in Korean, so I don't know how to pronounce his name. Apologies if I offend anybody, but the Croft 3912, from the press release, what they say about it is it's stunning, slim, yet solidly built dive watch, limited to just 75 pieces for each colorway. And this actual watch was designed in collaboration with that famed Korean specialist watch expert stroke journalist. So what do you get in regards to packaging? Well, first of all, I want to start off with the price tag of this Spinnaker watch. It's not the cheapest Spinnaker out there. It comes in at £500 sterling, just like the Spinnaker Spence. Now, this comes with a sort of standard Spinnaker box. You know, in regards to limited edition, I probably would have expected something a bit more tastier, but these are really good, quite similar to what you get with their AV8 watches, I have to say, in regards to the box, but they're solid with a sort of fabric finish. Nice enough, I have to say. It comes with its instruction manual. Then you've got the limited edition certificate, the Croft 3912. Out of the 150, I've got the 139. Just congratulating me on the ownership of this piece. And you've got the warranty card. Now, this watch also comes with a very cool navy blue NATO strap. It's actually a paratroop strap, and they're famous for the French Navy divers. Yeah, very cool and very in fitting with the colorway of this watch, which is the Storm. But let's have a look at the watch in more detail. But I forgot to mention, you do get some tools to change the strap as well. So you get a few goodies with it, you know, I have to say. But let's take a look at the brand new release, the Spinnaker Croft 3912. Now, before I give you my first impressions, before I go into too much detail, let's go through the specification of this particular timepiece. Now, the Spinnaker Croft 392 is inspired by vintage dive watches of the late 60s and early 70s, and the case diameter is 39 millimeters. You've got a case thickness of 12 millimeters. Lug to lug, you're looking at around 48 millimeters. Now, the caliber that this watch hosts, and let's just get a close-up for you here, guys. The movement that this watch has is the Miyota 9039. Now, I noticed on the website that it's a 9015, but when I looked into the spec, this is actually a 9039 Miyota movement, which is part of the 9 series, which is an upgrade on the Seiko NH35 and entry-level Miyota automatic movements that you tend to find in micro brands. This is a high beat Miyota movement, so it beats at 28,800 beats per hour. It's got a sapphire crystal, a domed sapphire crystal. It's 150 meters water resistance. You've got the applied Spinnaker logo just underneath the handset there, and this watch is 150 meters water resistant. And you've got a smiley face. What does that remind you of? I bet you could guess in regards to the self-winding. You can see the crown there is a screw-down crown. Let me just check that this movement has hacking. Yes, it does hack, as you can see there. The second hand has stopped. Very nice indeed. Let's wind it up. Feels very smooth. Yeah, it's a real upgrade on some of the cheaper Miyota automatic movements you can find in some of them. It just winds very smoothly. If anything, you'd be mistaking it for a Swiss mechanical watch. It is that fluid, I have to say. So the crown is very good. Let's check out the bezel action. I noticed these on the Crofts, they have improved over the years. It's a very sort of stiff yet precise bezel. It doesn't feel cheap like some of the earlier models on the first release. They have improved dramatically. No movement, no play whatsoever. Good Swiss Luminova as well. I'll leave you some video footage of that, guys. Check that out. Very cool indeed. And as you can see, this has anti-reflective coating. I believe the anti-reflective coat is under this sapphire crystal. You can see the blue sheen there. I really do like the blue sheen on this. Very cool indeed. Now, let's have a look at the back here and see what it says. Spinnaker mod department, okay. And you've got the reference number 3912, SHW limited edition 139 of 150. So the case back, guys, are not like other Spinnaker watches. No clear case back or anything like that. It's more of a solid case back with just some engraving of the models. So very simple, very basic, you could say as well. But this is what that Korean watch expert wanted on the watch. So he's got one of the most popular Croft models and he's customized it to his taste. Now, first impressions, guys. Well, what can I say? I really do like, I want to start off by saying that I really love the Spinnaker Croft range. And let me leave you an image of two Spinnakers that I have in my collection. The blue and the burgundy dial, smoked out, absolutely fantastic. Those of you that are Tudor fans will appreciate the Spinnaker Croft. Bit of a homage, or it plays tribute to vintage, retro watches of the past. And with that second hand there, even has a bit of a Panerai vibe stroke with the Tudor. So it has a real vintage vibe. But this has gone one step further. I think it's sort of trying to show a sterile bezel, as you can see there, guys, which won't be to everybody's taste, I have to say. It's a little bit strange at first because we're so used to having the numerals on the actual bezel, I have to say. So very sterile. They've removed the logo and they've put the logo there just underneath the hands. There is that splash of blue that I like. That is very in fitting with the actual watch as well in the bezel. And then you've got self-winding, that smiley face. And we all know where that's come from, but very cool indeed. So overall, you know, I'm looking at the case finishing here. They've really gone to town on the beveling there. So there's a nice satin finish, a lot of beveling there, and satin finish, brush finish throughout the case. But it's very slim profile that I like, guys. Look at that, just under 12 millimeters. 11.9 millimeters thick. So it's a very thin profile, like a coined edge bezel. So look, for me, you know, it's a limited edition. It may appeal to people more in Korea. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, but it's a very cool watch indeed. But I have to say one thing, guys. Although I'm a big fan of the Croft, and you see that I own 2 Crofts in my collection, this watch would have appealed so much more to myself if the Spinnaker logo was just below the indices at 12 o'clock. I'm just so used to that. I just feel that it's a little, doesn't really, well, you know what? Sometimes I really like it, and sometimes I don't like it, and I wish it was at 12. And then sometimes I think, oh, it really is have that vintage vibe. And that's where it's taken its inspiration from, guys. Very cool indeed. So guys, leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts in regards to how you feel about this particular timepiece. It's probably going to sell out. There's not a lot of them are going to be available. It's a limited edition, like I said. Let me leave you a shot of the watch on the wrist, and you get to see it in natural sunlight, guys. So take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.